Hello students, welcome back to our next session of standard 10th subject social science, and today we are going to cover chapter number 10, India's agriculture. As we all know that our country India is an agrarian country and most of our population is engaged in the occupation of agriculture. So let's study in detail about the same. Since ancient time, agriculture has remained a prime economic activity of most of the people in India. Even today also, main support for the Indian economy is agriculture. Agriculture is an important resource of India and about 60% of labor power is engaged in agriculture. Now, besides supplying food to the people of India, raw material for many industry also comes from agriculture. Agriculture occupies about 22% of national products. Crops and other farm products hold about 18% contribution in export, which earns huge foreign exchange. Thus, the Indian economy is mainly depend on agriculture. Thus, India is an agrarian country. So, from the ancient time, means from the past time, agriculture has remained the main economic activity of our people, and they earn the good income from the occupation of agriculture. Even today also, the main support of the Indian economy is agriculture. Why? Because 22% of the national products is occupied by the agriculture. Again, in export, 18% contribution is done by the agriculture, and we earn the huge foreign exchange from it. Next is that if any industry needs the raw material, that is also we get from the agriculture. In most of the areas in India, 2 or more crops annually can be taken due to the factors like fertile plains, favorable climate for round the year cultivation, irrigation, skilled and hard working farmers, etc. Even then, the progress in the field of agriculture is not sufficient. The Indian farmers are generally poor and uneducated. Agriculture production in India is much less compared to the world due to reasons like inadequate facilities of irrigation, irregular and uncertainty of rain, more population, larger family, small farms, no interest in experimentation, less usage of chemical fertilizers, modern machineries and scientific approach for cultivation, educated mass opting away from agriculture, and so-called lower status for agriculture in the society, etc. So, in the second paragraph, students, it has been said that a farmer can take 2 or more crops annually, and the factors which are responsible for it are like fertility of that land or soil. Even the climates also plays important role, and irrigation facilities. Again, the farmer's skill and hard working. All these things gives the output of the agriculture. Now, after having this all factors, why India is not having the sufficient progress in the agriculture? Yes, so why Indian farmers are not having that much progress, why our agriculture sector is lacking back in some parts? Here also we can say the reasons are like the farmers are generally poor and uneducated, they are not having sufficient finance to invest in the agriculture sector in their own farm. Again, the agriculture production in India is much less compared. Yes, why it is less compared to the world? Why? The reasons are like inadequate facilities of irrigation. Yes, again the irregular and uncertainty of rain, because mostly the farmers are dependent on the rain water. Again, the population, overpopulation of our country is also playing the main role here. Larger families of the farmers, small farms, again their farmers are not showing their interest in the experiments or new research. Again, the less usage of chemical fertilizers, modern machineries, technology, scientific approach for cultivation, this all factors plays the role in low progress of the agriculture. Students, next which we are going to study in this chapter is the types of farming. The socio-economic condition of people of India, administrative policy and the entire Indian economy are associated with agriculture. Now, farming types are classified according to irrigation method, farm outputs, economic return, etc. Now, very first is the subsistence farming. Now, after independence, many agriculture development projects are implemented, yet economic condition of our Indian farmer is very weak even today. Costly seeds, fertilizers and use of insecticides are not affordable in smaller farm holding. The farm production is just sufficient for his family and is consumed in the maintenance of the family. So, this is called subsistence farming. So, even today Indian agriculture is considered to be an activity for life maintenance only. So, one approach toward the farming by the farmer is that the agriculture which is done here is only for the maintenance of the family. Again, the farmers are not that much rich, or they do not have sufficient amount to invest for the seeds or fertilizers. They lag back behind, and even the larger families of the farmers also is the reason. So, subsistence farming means the farmer will grow only for the maintenance of the family. Yes, means the activity here done by the farmer is only for the maintenance of their family. Second is dry farming, where the rainfall inadequate, irrigation facilities are less, farming is depend only on rain. Only one crop is taken through the humidity accumulated within the land. This is known as dry farming. Now, crops like jowar, millet and pulses which require less water are grown here. In Gujarat, wheat and gram are grown in the humid soils after the monsoon is over. So, dry farming is done where the rainfall is very less, or the irrigation facilities are not provided, or they are very less, and the farmers are dependent upon the rain water. So, only one crop is taken here in the whole year through the humidity accumulated within the land. Okay, so that is known as dry farming. Come to the third one, wet farming. Wet farming is carried out in the region of heavy rain and adequate facilities for irrigation. If there is no rainfall or if it is insufficient, more than one crop is taken with the help of irrigation, wherein paddy, sugarcane, cotton, wheat and vegetables are grown. So, wet farming is done where the rainfall is in sufficient amount or the adequate amount, and the facilities are also there of irrigation. So, the farmer will have the agriculture, and the farmer can take more than one crop here with the help of irrigations. Come to the fourth point, shifting agriculture. Here forests are burnt and cleared and farming is carried out there. The farming takes place for 2 or 3 years. When soil fertility is reduced, the area is abandoned and same method is applied to start farming in other place. This is called zoom cultivation. Cereals or vegetables are grown in the types of agriculture and the production is less in this type of agriculture. So, here the forest land is used. So, very first the land is being burnt and cleared out for the farming. After that land is being used for 3 to 4 years, and as the fertility get reduced, again another land is being taken for the farming. So, this is called the shifting or zoom cultivation. So, because the fertility is less, so most probably cereals or vegetables are grown here. Next is fifth, plantation agriculture. This is special type of agriculture. Here rubber, tea, coffee, cocoa, coconut, apple, mango, oranges, grapes, amla, lemon, kharek. These are reared with the great care. It is necessary that there should be more capital investment, skill, technical knowledge, machine, fertilizer, protection on all sides, acquisition and transportation facility. Come to the next, sixth point, intensive farming. Intensive farming is mechanized way of farming through utilization of increased irrigation, use of chemical fertilizers, insecticides and other mechanical equipments. Cash crops grow from these types of farming. The per hectare production has increased very much here and the area sown under this crop has increased. As more importance is given to economic return in this type of farming, it is known as commercial farming also. So in intensive farming the profit is more here. So the farmer is using the modern technologies and the chemical fertilizers are used, insecticides, again the mechanical equipments are used. Yes, so the farmer will get the more productions and in return the profit is also higher. So this is also known as commercial farming. Now the next topic which we are going to cover is the farming methods. Organic farming, sustainable farming, mixed farming are some of the current method of farming in India. Organic farming. The rate at which the chemical fertilizer and insecticides are used, the destructive effect of this chemical is also felt. So due to presence of chemicals and insecticides in grain, vegetables and fruits, it has affected adversely the hygiene of people. More damage is caused to environment, the productive capacity and fertility of land has reduced, due to which the crop production of land and its quality were reduced over a long run. Now in organic farming is that method of farming in which urea or any other chemical fertilizer and insecticides are not used. For the nutrition of crop, dung, earthworm, fertilizer, composite fertilizers are used here. In short, the natural fertilizers are used here for the farming. Cow urine, neem solvent, buttermilk, etc. are used for the protection of crops. The organic products are full of nutritious, they contain natural taste, sweetness and fragrance, and there are minerals, vitamins and life energizing element in these crops, and nowadays organic farm products are more in demand, so the farmers also get the good return. Sustainable farming. In order to see that the soil fertility is retained for the longer time, care is taken for crop rotation using the chemical fertilization only when necessary, and use of biotic control for insects and harvest water conservation, etc. Next is the mixed farming. Here the cattle rearing, poultry, sericulture and fishery, etc. are also carried out simultaneously along with farming. Students, here we can see a table. It's an agriculture products of India, and as per the season the agriculture crop of India can be grouped into three categories. One is Kharif, second Rabi and third Zaid. Kharif means monsoon crops, Rabi means winter and the Zaid means summer crops. Kharif crops which are taken during the rainy seasons are called Kharif crops, and time for this crop is formed in June, July to October, November. Paddy, maize, jowar, millet, cotton, til, groundnut, moong and mut are Kharif crops. Come to the Rabi crops. These crops are taken during the winter and are called Rabi crops. Time for this crop is from October to November to March, April. Wheat, gram, barley, mustard, linseed, etc. are in Rabi crops. Zaid crops means crops which are grown during summer are called Zaid crops. Time for this crop is from March to June. Paddy, maize, groundnut, til, millet and fruits like watermelon, cucumber, muskmelon are Zaid crops. Now students, in our next topic we will study about the major agriculture crops, and today we are finishing our first part of this chapter. In the second part we will study about the major agriculture crops. Thank you and have a nice day.